Hey, this is Gavin, and I want to talk about relational aggression based on my experience. I, uh, I've experienced relational aggression throughout my life, and the problem is relational aggression can escalate into violence. And I think relational aggression is unavoidable, and therefore the potential for violence is unavoidable. But what I would encourage, if I'm trying not to be misleading, what I would encourage is to be willing to turn the other cheek. And so when people show up, I've had this happen to me multiple occasions. When people show up ready to do violence and do destruction, be prepared to calmly tell them that you aren't interested in doing any violence or destruction. And when they come up and they slap you in the face, be prepared to receive it and turn back to them and say, I don't want to fight. And when they cut your tires on your car and you learn who they are, who did it, be prepared to forgive them. You don't have to turn them in. If you ever talk to them, you can let them know, it's all right. I forgave whoever did that. I'm not worried about it. I'm sure I did something that I regret, and maybe they regret what they did. So there you go. I've had my tires slashed. I've been slapped in the face. I've had people who are ready to jump me. I've had someone who carried a gun to the school and was ready to attack me. He told me, he basically threatened my life. What do you do about relational aggression? You just learn. You learn to love your enemies. You learn to recognize that they might see you as a threat. You might apologize for acting in a threatening way and tell them that you will learn to behave in ways that are less threatening. You might forgive the people who slash your tires, slap you in the face, or threaten to jump you or threaten to kill you. That's how you deal with relational aggression. Because that relational aggression is it's going to happen. I've done it accidentally. All those times when people cut my tires, slap me in the face, threaten to jump me or threaten to shoot me, it's because I accidentally did relational aggression. It's going to happen inevitably and accidentally. People who have not learned to love their enemies and have not learned to visualize what happens if you aren't willing to forgive, those people, they're going to try to do violence. And so you, filled with the Holy Spirit, can try to avoid reflecting their spirit of anger or hatred. That's how you deal with relational aggression. It's worked for me many times. So there you go. There's a secret. That's how you deal with relational aggression. It's unavoidable. It's going to happen. People will, because we're humans, people will escalate. It will escalate into violence, destruction, property destruction, and the way you deal with it is you try to have patience, gentleness, kindness, love, joy, self-control, the fruit of the Holy Spirit. Try to forgive, be willing to learn, be willing to listen, be willing to adapt, and let them know you're willing to change such that you don't behave in the same way that you did before. It's worked for me every time so far. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think.